Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this finds you well. This is a cute little Easter card I'm making. Look at these cute bunnies. Aren't they just darling? I absolutely adore them, with a little bird on top of one and the Easter eggs between the two. I think they're having a lovely conversation about what flavour Easter eggs they've got there. Don't you think? So cute. Okay, so let's start to do some stamping. We're going to stamp our bunnies, and the stamp set we're going to use, you can see here on the left, is the Easter Bunny stamp set. And just going to give it a stamp with Memento Tuxedo Black, because I am going to use some Stampin Blend alcohol markers to colour things in. So there we've got our one stamp, our one bunny. Clean him up. And now we're going to take out our second bunny, which is this one here. Make sure it's attached to our block properly. Give it a nice ink up again. And then down, hold, lift. There we are. Two bunnies. And now we're going to stamp some of the rest of our bits and pieces. So let's see. We're going to stamp this little piece of floral. This little floral garland I'm going to put around the neck of one of the little bunnies. So I'm cleaning up as I go along so I can reuse my block, and also means I can put my stamps away straight away and there's no chance that they're going to go missing in any way. So let's stamp again. Just give it a proper ink up and stamp those lovely little Easter eggs. Okay, there we go. And now I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which I'm just looking for. As you can see, it's hiding from me. Let's see what we're going to stamp. No, we're going to stamp the little birdie. That's what we're stamping next, the little birdie. Such a cute bird. So there we go, just trying to find a space. Try not to waste any cardstock. I think all of you are the same. Try to use as much of what we've got as we can. That's part of being a crafter. Okay, so I'm going to clear the decks quickly, close that up, and then we can start to do, let's see what we're going to do next. We are going to stamp our sentiment. See, I did know we were going to do this at some point. So back with our block, and I'm just using my grid paper here to help me keep my sentiment lined up. And if your block doesn't fit your sentiment, you can always put it on the diagonal, and that just gives you a little bit of extra space. So I'm going to use one of my straight edges here to help me keep everything straight, and down with Happy Easter. There we are. And I can't believe it's Easter already. I know Easter's early this year, but sheesh, you do wonder where February and March have gone. January seemed to last forever, and then February and March has gone straight past. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if you feel the same. Okay, time to do a little bit of colouring. And I've got some colours here. I'll tell you what they are. There's Pool Party, Petal Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pecan Pie. So here I'm going in with my Pecan Pie, and I'm going to use this for my little birdie here. And I tend to go in with my darker colour first, and then blend out with my lighter colour, as you can see here. Easily. Just give him some definition back in. Usually I tend to go back and forwards between the two colours. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow there from Daffodil Delight for his little beak. And now for my bunny's ears, I'm just using a little bit of Petal Pink, and I'm just going to use a little bit in the ears and also a little bit on the cheeks as well. And that's about all the colouring I'm going to give for my bunnies. I'm going to keep them very simple, very easy, but I think they come out looking extremely cute. So now here for our florals, and I'm going to keep to the same colour palettes, and I'm going to use some Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to also use the same colour on my eggs. So everywhere I need fresh freesia, I'm going in with that colour, as you can see here. And I've gone in with light this time first, and now I'm just going to blend everything out. And now we're going to go with our Pool Party, and I'm actually going to use Pool Party for the colour of the foliage here, the leaves, and that's because I've got Pool Party in the designer series background paper that we're going to use to mount our stamp image, create our scene I should say. So I'm going to sort of keep to those same pastel colours, so nothing really jars. So I've used Pool Party, as I said, for the foliage, and you would think that it would maybe look a bit funny, but actually it comes out really well and it looks really good. So I was really pleased with that. So now I'm just adding in some Pool Party here for my eggs, and I'm just going to go in and give it some highlights here, as you can see, just so there's a little bit of shadow. And there you go, that is all of our colouring. So now I'm just going to punch this one little bunny out with the bunny punch, and it's the Easter bunny punch. Just take your time, always punch from the back of your punch, as you see me doing here. That way you can line things up really well. Okay, so I fussy cut out all the other images. They didn't have any matching dies or punches, so I just fussy cut them out. So that was the other bunny, the floral garland and the eggs, and I also cut out my sentiment using my trimmer. Now you can see here our card base is thick basic white. That's a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of the lighter than air designer series paper, and this measures 14.35 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And then I'm just adding a 1 centimeter strip of designer series paper from the same collection. So as you can see, it's actually the same paper, it's just the other side. And I'm adding just a little border to the top and the bottom of my piece of paper here, and I think this just really helps to frame my little scene. Okay, so now you can sort of start to see where you're going to want to put things. So I'm going to put my little garland on my rabbit here, on my little bunny, put that down, and I'm just going to let that dry. I'm just looking for my reverse tweezers here so I can just clamp it to hold it while it dries. There we go. So here is our sentiment, and I'm just going to take some of our fresh freesia ink here, and I'm just going to catch the edges of our sentiment. Sorry, it's off the camera. And that will just give it a tiny little border around the edge so that it will pop from the background. And then I am going to add some dimensionals to the back of that as well. There we go. Dimensionals seem to be fighting me. There's the last one down. So now I'm going to put this in position on my card before I do any of the other scene building, and that makes sure to me that I'll have space in my sentiment. Otherwise I tend to put all my elements down and find that I don't have any space for my scene. So now I'm just taking the backings of this bunny. That's one thing I detest, is having to take the backings off foam adhesive. Just such a boring task. Who else agrees with me? I'm sure I'm not the only one who gets annoyed by that. And then the backings migrate all over the house. You find them in the strangest of places. Okay, so this is Bunny. Should be nice and have his little garland stuck to him. So I've put dimensionals on the back of all of my pieces that I want popped up already. So all I have to do is take the backings off here, otherwise we'd be here all day. So you can see And then I can never know if my backings are all off, so I just use my fingers, and if everything feels sticky then I know that all the backings are off my dimensionals. So I've put down that little bear. It's not a bear, it's a bunny. Oh dear, it's not a good day today. Okay, so here I am trying to find all of my dimensional pieces so that I can stick them down. And here is my little birdie, and this I'm going to stick down with some Tombow because he's going on top of my little bunny like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a very baby dimensional now that I know exactly where he's stuck down to my teddy. I keep saying a teddy bear now, you watch it, I'm going to keep saying teddy bear. To my bunny, to my rabbit. I'm going to put the little dimensional there down now just so that he lies totally flat. Now here we go with the Easter eggs. These two always together, and then this last one I'm just going to put down here. There we go. That's our little scene, isn't it cute? So I'm just going to try and get rid of all my backings now, and because they're on the grid paper I can just take the grid paper straight to the bin and dump them straight in the bin, and most of the time they do find the bin. Okay, so let's stick down our piece of paper here that we've been creating on, and I'm just using some Tombow here to stick this to our card base. And this is slightly smaller than the card base, so it'll give us a nice little border around it, as you can see. There we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now I'm going to use some of these, and these are the rainbow adhesive sequins, or back dots I should say, and I'm just going to use a few of these to dot about, and these match the designer series paper that we've used in the background perfectly, so I'm just going to dot a few of these around here and there. I should take this opportunity to say, if you've enjoyed this project, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you do want more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, it is on the blog post on my website, and you can find the links to that in the description box below. That includes the links to my social media links, and I have a Facebook group where we all share projects like this and try and inspire each other, so please do check that out. So here are the two cards, the one I made before and the one we just made together. So I hope you enjoyed that project, and I hope you like the cards. I hope you're going to have a happy Easter and have a nice time off work, even if you don't celebrate. It's a few extra days hopefully at home. So take care, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.